Made it to the secret stream. Shh. Hey everyone. You found me. Yaha, you found me. Oh, somebody told everyone. Alright, let's get straight back into it. Switch, responsive. Audio, clean. Vibes, good. Chat, popping off. All the makings for a secret post stream, secret stream, top secret. So let me bring up my list. Ramona says feels like a pub lock-in, lol. Vibes are already different. Everybody's ear canals have been cleaned. The tunes are moving freely, bouncing off surfaces delightfully. All right, I'm just padding because I can't remember where my list is. Here we go. So let's see if I do any better at Super Random Boy now. Bring up the code again. Mario Kid 64 says, I was watching the stream right before this one right now. You're a real G. Last stream was 4 hours, insane. No wonder the capture card was having a bad time. Look at this. We're now playing Super Random Boy as it was intended. That ball almost hit me in the back of the head. Look at that planet in the distance. Oh, nice. I'm gonna wait for these balls to make it over the bridge. Probably jump over them, but I don't want to risk it. The last stream should have and could have been the Oh no, the delay is back already. Oh chat, no. Is the capture card just balked at this point? Oh wow, nice. Oh. Rip. Rip the secret stream. How annoying! Oh. Hey, Cash Money. Maybe the game is too powerful for the capture card. Super Random Boy puts a random delay on the audio. What am I going to do? Alright, well, we might have to call that a wrap on GBG. But seeing as everyone's here, what can I do for a little while? If anyone wants to hang out for a couple minutes. Is this going to let me switch over to a different scene? Can I show off Mousy at least? Okay, yeah, because we don't need to worry too much about the audio delay with Mousy. Man, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this capture card. Can't be having this. What I was saying was that we were robbed last time because should have been the longest stream. Died before its time. Hey, Toph. Okay, so, couple of things. There's carpet, or something. Random Boy was just too powerful, yeah. There is a texture on the floor. Don't know how I feel about it yet. I just threw it on the other night. Hey, Pac-Man382, I don't think I've seen you around before. Thanks for joining us. We are doing a top secret post stream because I was having some capture card issues. I tweaked the textures on the wall. I'm happy with these. I think the textures on the wall look good. I've shuffled things around a little bit. Sisters E asks, can I go over the remaining list of games I was going to play? Yes. So there was 4 games left to play. We kind of played half of Super Random Boy, but I'd like to give it another try. Dynamic Racer Concept was the next game I was going to try. That was made by Cardboard. Street Fighter 2, made by Gunem. And Kirby's Dream Land 4 vs. Dark HRD3 by Taylor Fox. So yeah, I've moved things around a little bit so that you get the cheese first, not the obstacle right away. Squally Coin says this lag is too powerful. Yeah, fair enough. Catch you next time, Squally. I hope it's a one-off, because yeah, it's pretty powerful. Oh, there's lag bit, bros. It's audio lag. So you can see how desynced it is there if I tap Mousie's breathing ability. I moved the hazard over here, and I added a little touch that I was hoping I'd be able to show you. Seaster. Okay, thank you for mentioning that. I was going to put a note in the Discord that I don't have 4 Joy-Cons, so I wasn't able to try it out, but it was such a cool concept that I was planning on just showing it off on the stream so people could try the code. Right, so I also added this, but it might be a bit weird with the audio delay. When the cheese goes in the lava, it puffs out smoke and makes a sound. It doesn't do anything. It's just a sort of little reaction that the cheese will do. I redid the pour. Bob Bilbert says, try to beat Run. Absolutely no chance with this audio delay. I would be struggling even more than before. Yeah, I guess the cheese is kind of melting. It's hot lava, right? Arch was asking if I'd resized everything. It's your lucky day, Arch. We are working on a sensible scale now. Everything has been resized. Paul looks nice. Thanks. I think it's working a little better than this one, which was the old one. Yeah, I feel like in many ways... Okay, so I don't know how many people in chat played Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. Incredible game, right? The first section, like the docks and then the helipad, were the area which the development... It's very obvious when you play this, but it's the area which was where the most hours of work were spent. And they were basically using that as a sort of sandbox for the interactions that you would experience in the rest of the game. So in that section you have like footprints that leave marks and the guards can follow you. You have spotlights, you have security cameras, you have wet patches, I believe, that you can walk through in the docks and leave wet footprints. You have obviously multiple routes that you can go through. All of those things were tested out and implemented in that first area first of all. I'm kind of obviously nowhere near on the scale of that, but I'm kind of treating this first area like that, because I think once all of those things are in place, it'll be relatively quick to make the remaining levels of this first batch. Oh, I'd almost forgotten. I also did this. There is little drunk / poison / sick animations when Mouse eats the cheese, the poison cheese. The other thing I can show off, because there's no audio delay with a Joy-Con, big brain strategy will play sound through the Joy-Con. When you eat a cheese, get ready for it. You get a little pop. That pick up on the mic? I'm not sure. You get... Hey Alex DR7. The cheese should get black after it's been in the lava. Yeah, I'm scared that we may be pushing up against the node-on limit once we do 3 of these. If I start doing multiple textures for everything, I think I need to be a little bit restrained in certain places. So right now with the reshuffle, we've actually, I think, gone down in node-on. Yeah, it's a really bad delay, Ninja Cat Craft. I'm sorry. I think we've gone down in node on because I managed to clean some stuff up. But also, we are missing, um, we're missing like the mouse hole texture here. Hey Norman G, steal away. Yeah, the reason for the delay is that the crappy little capture card I'm using, which was basically just the cheapest one that would do what I needed it to do, seems to desync increasingly the warmer it gets. And because I've been streaming for like 4 hours, it's having a bad time. Then are you going to play community creations? No more community creations today. We got through like 36 of them. And the delay is too bad. I want to make sure I show them off in the best light possible. Oh, what was the node on count? So we are up to 215 out of 512 and 212 out of 1024 connections. So let's just have a look around. I've begun to tidy up here. Now it's the beginning, it's the early stages, but because I've resized everything, you can see this is old stuff that hasn't been rescaled. This is new stuff that's been rescaled. And when I say rescaled, what I mean is I've dragged the size down on everything because it was ludicrously large before, unnecessarily so. Yes, only 12, 15 so far, but we've also only got one room of a level. It's just backwards, 5, 12, 12, 15. Perfect. And there's a lot more I can do. So, for example, in terms of getting things tidy and easy to view, splitting out certain node on at certain texture node on at certain points so that I'm not dragging the same blue cables over the entire map. Obviously making things like this a bit more logical, just rationalizing things. It's currently coming up to 10:30 p.m. 22:28 currently, and I've started using wormholes. So yeah, I really want to make sure that it's as legible as possible for people playing it, because I think I've mentioned before that I hope that it's something that people can remix. .512 is very limiting, but I don't know. I think the game swap node on gets rid of some of that issue to a degree. What's this? What was I doing here? Oh, Arch, if you're still there, I should say that I implemented the cosine stuff. There we go. So I ended up doing 5 and 5 on the constants and adjust the range here to -90 and 90 just because it worked best with this. Hey, the bookmark. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a very secret stream. We had some capture card issues earlier. Okay, I want to maybe add one thing and then call it, because the audio delay is distressing me. Anybody got a reasonable thing that could be added in the time that we have available? Oh, I know what I was looking at here. I was looking to see if I could have the cat's paw move in when a certain region is touched, which I know is definitely doable. But it was getting late and I just got this far and gave up. So I suppose that was going to be my anchor, wasn't it? That's my Z-axis slide. And that was my constant of 8. Oh, I was doing 8 there. So with slides, do you have to put a... Is the object that you connect the length at which you want it to be able to slide, or it's not dependent on that? It's just to do with the limits that are set in the Z, or in the range here. Anchor doesn't need to be big. The range and with the input value. I made it so ridiculously tiny, hang on. Also long, tall. This one shouldn't be movable, right? And this one should be movable. Is it not going to move because of the... Oh, nothing's... I was just going to have... So Brink asks, what do you want to do? I was just going to see whether I could implement forward and backwards movement on the paw here. But I just to keep things simple, I was just going to do some Z-axis stuff separated first so I could make sure that I remember how to do it. And then I was going to configure it into the paw setup. But I feel like every time I come to slide node-ons, I have to remind myself every step of the way. So I have my anchor up here. I've got it set to visible but not movable because that's the anchor, right? And I've got this one down here which is visible and movable. I love the camera, Kirby. Kirby Super asks, which of these Toy-Cons should I try to add support for in GBG? Personally, I do love the camera. But all of that selection is great, actually. Yeah, it's funny. I definitely haven't like embedded that process in my brain yet. So let's just double check against this hinge because it's the same sort of thing. So our anchor there is visible. It doesn't really matter about visible, but it's good for testing. But it's not movable. Connected to the hinge. Which is connected to our object. Solid movable. Okay, so why is that not working? Need a counter. Right, yeah, of course. Thanks, Brink. and a flag node on. Is a flag node on actually necessary? I have got an addiction to GBG. I just love to create. What did you miss, Ginger? You missed, well, you potentially missed the revelation that the delay is still here, which has really scuppered the plans somewhat. And now I'm misremembering how to do slide. Is a counter actually necessary here? I think I've done slides without a counter before. There's a counter on that, isn't there? Okay. Counter can work to move up and down. Raphael Saurus says, I don't know if you can change the color of smoke or those cloud effects, but if you can, turn it red and orange and put it in front of the tubes. That would be amazing. I don't believe you can change the color of effects. How many levels do I plan on adding? Asked Just. I want kind of 3 rooms in this first game. That's my aim. Why don't I ever use the arrows for adjusting the range of the counter? I keep forgetting they're there. I usually slide to attempt to reach a round value, and then I go into the calculator when it doesn't work. See, Arch. So what do you reckon it is that I'm missing here as to why the box isn't sliding? Brink, I saw you mention the flag, but would it be necessary? You just try doing it on a different axis. Nothing out of it. What are you trying to do though? Just remind myself how to get an object to slide back and forth. I've had it rotate here. See ya, Kool-Aid. But to be honest, I might be asking too much out of myself at this time of the evening. Is the object movable? Are the 2 objects movable? This one isn't because I thought the anchor didn't need to be movable. But does it? This one is definitely movable. I'll make this one movable. I didn't realize the object you were using as your anchor needed to be. Dalen asks, how can you make a person node on run faster by holding a button? You could have it so that when a button's pressed, you times the input by a certain amount. Change movable to the other. Oh, right, okay. So to this one, but not this one? Did I get my anchors mixed up? Is this one actually the anchor? Is it because of the way I connected it up? No? Oh. Hang on, let's just think about it sensibly over here. So you have to connect the anchor to the slide connector, not the object. Yeah, of course. What am I doing? Yeah. I need to go through it, right? Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Kirby Super. There it is. It's ridiculously fast, but that was what I was doing wrong. Ugh. Okay. Let's go in here. Change to Z. We'll go down to 1 on this. Range is huge, right? We probably don't need it to be so crazy. It's a nice little metronome we got there. Okay. So instead of a constant, what we'll do is we'll have it, we will have it so that there'll be a touch sensor nearby the paw. But we'll leave it as a constant for now. And we'll want it so that the object moves once to its position. Let's say plus 90. And then is reset when you leave the zone. So I suppose actually I should go minus 90 and 0 because we're moving this way. What's the larger box for? It's the anchor point, is it not? This one here? Oh, this box up here is a counter. Sorry. Is a leftover counter. I didn't realize you were referring to that one. I just need to switch this back to loop for a second because when I set it to... Oh, right. Right. I'm using the wrong range here. It's a massive counter, yeah, because it hasn't been rescaled since the level was rescaled. It's left over from probably the first day of building as well. Yes, I will be making other creations after Mousy. It's part of the reason why I want to get Mousy finished. So I can try out some other things. Yeah, I think translating some games over from my WarioWare DIY creations, the ones that we made on stream prior to GBG coming out, will be the next step. Use map. Yeah, I'm NinjaCraft. Yeah, I definitely will. I guess I'm just noodling around in these because I'm trying to remind myself what each of these functions is actually doing in this particular setup. The constant's just our input. I forget. So is range on this counter range of motion or rate at which it moves? Because we have range of motion here, right? Is counter really doing anything? That's funny. Where's it gone? That sounds cool, Raphael. Connecting the counter to the mapping node on, then the mapping connected to the slide connector. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to remember. I feel like genuinely at the end of each day, I have to I lose my knowledge of everything I've done previously, and I have to remind myself. Sounds good, White. Did I set it to bounce? I think it's set to loop currently. Yeah, bounce was where I needed to have it. Lario is a creation that we, myself and the stream, came up with collaboratively when we were working on WarioWare DIY micro games. Hey, Shady. Don't know what you're trying to do, but you might want to use a flag instead of a counter and use timers to turn it in and out. Great suggestion, yeah. I'll be honest, I'm probably, like I said before, probably past the point of being able to solve this, even with all the incredible suggestions from chat. So I think I'll probably call it. I'm sorry that the secret stream wasn't able to go the way that we were planning because of the capture card issues, but yeah, I'll look into that first thing tomorrow and see what the solution is going to be. -1 to 1 to change the map reconfiguration. Change the map configuration to something, right? -30. There we go. I'm going to use the clickers as I was reminded. Wow, Egg, that's incredible. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Great to have had you with us for 4 days in a row. I hope the audio desync wasn't too unpleasant today. I'm looking forward to getting back to it. Ramona is asking, when can we have another Mousy stream? So we're definitely going to play some of the submitted games tomorrow, but I think now that we managed to get through that big chunk of games, it's going to be far more balanced in terms of time spent on creations and time spent on free programming with Mousy. So we'll get some proper Mousy tomorrow. I'm sorry that the card has kind of scuppered that plan today, but in terms of like a dedicated Mousy stream, I don't know. We'll probably just see how things go. As I get closer to finishing it, I'll probably have a more concerted effort on getting it done, so it might become a bit more of a focus for a little while. I don't know. I want to make sure that everybody that joins the stream is getting a balance of things that they like, so we'll see. Little Bubby says, you have the same name as a sheep in Animal Crossing. I know, it was added in New Horizons. How far am I in the development? So as I was saying earlier, this first section is basically feature complete. The last things to add to this first area are just some finalized textures like the mouse hole, and maybe some details, little kind of final touches. But in terms of the basic layout and everything, that's done. This next stage is basically not done at all. You can see the scale is weird here and everything since I shifted it. But the idea of moving the platform into place, it won't work because the scale's weird, this is basically the hazard that's going to appear in the second stage. And then the third stage is going to be the poison cheese stage. So this one won't be here, because this first room will just be a gentle introduction to the mechanics of doing the breathing. And then after that, there'll be a title screen to set up, and maybe a sort of like, not a cinematic, but like a player, a bit that the player doesn't control, of Mousy coming out of the mouse hole and doing a little dance or something. Why did the sound timing... So, Leaf in chat just said the sound timing is working. Why did it just fix itself? Because that is spot on now. Brink says constant to mapping, mapping to counter. Let's do it then. I was literally about to do my my sign off. Constant to mapping, mapping to counter. I would like to get this done. How weird that it's fixed now. I wonder what changed. Because restarting didn't help. And I'm still playing Switch, so it's not like it's under less load than it was before. I feel bad for everybody that bailed when I was like, okay, that'll do it. I'm heading off. But I really won't stick around for much longer. Yes, Alpha Dream Takes. I have implemented the reverse control feature when you eat the bad cheese. Do you want to have a look? So, oops. So let's bring Mousy down to the start point. We have the bad cheese right here for convenient testing. So when we eat the cheese, we get the sick effect, the status effect, and when I'm pushing up, it's down, and when I'm pressing down, it's up for 6 seconds, I believe. You know what I will do right now, actually, because we can reuse a texture. I'm also going to have it so that we can't reuse a texture. I was going to say I'm going to have Mousy's eyes close during that status effect, but we're going to have to make a new texture node on. His ears are too light, says NinjaCraft. The reason for that is because it's on a different height to the rest of the body. So the lighting applies differently to the ears. They're actually the same color, so the light part of the ear is the same color as the light part of the body. but the lighting applies differently. You can see that the ears are grey, whereas the body is black, the outline. There's not really much I can do about that. Yeah, you're right, Leaf. I'm just going to change this texture real fast. Would I add a glue mouse trap? Like those sticky ones where mouses stick and maybe give temporary speed debuff? That's a really nice idea. I've still got a few other traps that people have asked me to implement. I'll see how many I can get into this first stage, but if I can't, it can always be part of the second level pack. Okay. So there's the poison sprites. Let's have it go into the visible and then connect up to... Right, that's the issue that we have. It's maxed out on that cylinder. I don't really want to add another cylinder. Good idea. The glue mouse traps could also be in the level with the cat. DIP Ogan? Sorry, DI Progan asks how I went about making the pipe. So the pipe is 2 cylinders turned on their side, one shorter but wider than the others, with a quick texture applied to the front face and the top there. So we can see it. This is how it looks on the program screen from the top. That's the narrow cylinder, and then that's the bit that acts as the outlet part, the kind of wider bit. Hope that gives you a sense. Yeah, Brink, I'm gonna work on something a little bit more simple today, or for now at least. Although I've run into the issue, which is that the cylinder is maxed out, and I was just saying I don't want to add another one really. I suppose I could give it exactly the same qualities and then link them together. But they're already attached to this one, aren't they? I've heard... Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Where did that even go? Oh, because it would be sharing a position with this, because they're Y+, aren't they? Yeah, where are Mousie's actual eyes, usually, in the alignment? Y center, okay. Can I get away with just being very cheeky and putting a Y center here? Guess not. Hey, Melted Teeth, how you doing? There we go. It blinks. That's actually kind of perfect. It's not my intention. I must have put it in after the counter by accident. But because it's a springy connection, I think we get to see the other eyes underneath. But we could just put a knot there, couldn't we? So let's do it here. And then here we're going to drag all the way to the eyes. We're going to have to reconfigure stuff pretty soon here. More adorable every stream. Honestly, I'm okay with the blinking. Let's leave the blinking. Why doesn't he blink normally? Because he's so focused on getting the cheese. He only blinks when he's been dazed. Yeah, I'm okay with the blinking. Thanks, Brink. I'm pleased with how that turned out. So this is what I'm going to put the slide connector on eventually. But I'm too nervous about running for another 4 hours if I keep going. So, folks, I am going to call it here for today. What a treat to play through so many great games and to have a little bit of time to hang out together and do some programming with Mousy. I hope everybody has an excellent rest of the day, no matter what time of the day it is for you, and has some successes in their GVG creations, or just takes it easy and plays some other games. We will be back tomorrow with another kind of split stream. We'll have some user submitted levels, and we'll have some programming time. Oh, Leaf, no worries. See you next time. Don't worry, Melted Teeth. I'm sure we'll catch you around. Have a good day, Octolink. See you, Chaz Cozy. Bye-bye.